Hello and welcome to your daily word. Hello everyone, my name is Pastor Kara, and this is the 5th part of our series on stewardship. I've been blessed with some opportunities to travel to different parts of the world, and time after time, place after place, I stand in awe of creation. I've seen crystal blue waters, rich green forests, the amazing colors of a rainbow. I remember on one trip to Ireland, I was driving along the Ring of Kerry and just stopping at different places to take pictures of all the natural beauty. At one point, I just couldn't keep it in anymore. I had to start singing and just worship God. I was so moved by the beauty of His creation and reminded of how amazing a creator God is. Have you ever been moved by nature like that? Have you ever seen an incredible sunset? I heard a quote that said, "How great is it to live under a sky that is painted every day by the greatest artist." In the Bible, Paul, speaking about Jesus, writes this in Colossians 1:16-17. "For through Him God created everything in the heavenly realms and on earth. He made the things we can see and the things we can't see, such as thrones, kingdoms, rulers, and authorities in the unseen world. Everything was created through Him and for Him. He exists before anything else, and He holds all creation together." The late evangelist Billy Graham said this, "When we see the world as a gift from God, we will do our best to take care of it and use it wisely instead of poisoning or destroying it. The earth is yet another gift that God has given us to look after and be a good steward of." Genesis 1:26 said, "Then God said, 'Let us make human beings in our own image, to be like us. They will reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock, all the wild animals on the earth, and the small animals that scurry along the ground.'" Psalm 8:4-6 says, "What are mere mortals that you should think about them, human beings that you should care for them? Yet you made them only a little lower than God, and crowned them with glory and honor. You gave them charge over everything you made, putting all things under their authority." From the very beginning, God has put His trust in us to look after this world, every part of it. Psalm 24 says, "The earth is the Lord's and everything in it. The world and all its people belong to Him. For He laid the earth's foundations on the seas and built it on the ocean's depths." From the sky to the sea, we are to be good stewards of God's creation. The earth and its resources have been given to us to care for and shouldn't be abused or neglected. We should protect and be respectful of the earth. And also be incredibly thankful that God would give us such rich resources and such splendor to behold. Proverbs 12:10 says, "The godly care for their animals, but the wicked are always cruel." Caring for the animals and for the earth show that we are being good stewards. We should manage all the resources responsibly, for they are God's creation, God's resources, and God's gift to us. Don't forget as well that humanity is God's creation. To be a good steward, we also need to have the same love and respect for humanity that God has. Every person is God's creation and should be loved, valued, and respected by us. Matthew 22:36-40 says this, "Teacher, which is the most important commandment in the law of Moses?" Jesus replied, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. A second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. The entire law and all the demands of the prophets are based on these two commandments." Jesus also said in John 13:34-35, "So now I am giving you a new commandment. Love each other. Just as I have loved you, you should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples." The love we show for each other is the way that we can show the world that we are the followers of Jesus Christ, and it also shows to God that we are being good stewards here on earth. So let me ask you, have you been a good steward of the earth? If not, what can you do to show God that you love and appreciate all He has given you in this world? Thank you so much for joining us today. Come back tomorrow for the next Daily Word. God bless.